And I really can't believe that I'm hearing this after 3 years of devastation that COVID has caused. Looks like we haven't learned any lessons. I mean, for anyone to be saying, especially the Congress spokesperson to be saying, even uttering this sentence, COVID to bahana hai, and someone saying mask to bahana hai. Really? Navika, please let us not bring politics into science, because all what we will end up with then is political science. Now, you have a 1 hour wonderful debate. I just beg of you to give me 2.5 minutes, because everyone's talking politics. I want to talk science for just 2 minutes, because the BF.7 XBB variants that are the cause of skyrocketing infections in China are Omicron sublineage variants and not Delta variants. This makes them less deadly than Delta for the general population. Just this week, in fact, 5 days ago, an authoritative Lancet study reports that Omicron infected patients were 58% less likely and 67% less likely than Delta patients to require oxygen and ventilator support respectively. As to why this is so, there are multiple theories like A, Omicron infects upper respiratory tract while Delta infected lower respiratory region, therefore more deadly, and B, because Omicron variants are highly infectious, 3 to 4 times more infectious than Delta. They don't allow our immune system to mount a major response in time, and therefore there are less chances of a cytokine burst. Point number 2, how effective are our vaccines and especially boosters against these new variants? The booster is of the vaccines, remember, designed to make antibodies against the spike protein of the original SARS-CoV-2 virus. That is now vastly different from the Omicron spike protein. So the booster will be as effective in generating neutralizing antibodies against Omicron as the original vaccines are. That is little or unfortunately no help. Now let me come to the final and most important point, Navika, to calm those panicking, especially some on the panel. Navika, the disappearance of neutralizing antibodies so soon post-vaccination is worrying, but it does not reflect poorly on our immune system's fighting capacity as a whole. This is because protection against any disease or infection is elicited through 2 main pathways. The neutralizing antibodies that are produced by B cells, and second, an army of T cells. These T cells give a longer lasting immunity. There are either killer T cells or CD8 plus T cells that are actively research and destroy virus cells, or helper T cells or CD4 plus T cells that stimulate production of antibodies and killer T cells. Important to remember that T cells do not prevent infection, as they come in only after the virus is infected and settled. But they are crucial, Navika, in fighting the infection. So even if neutralizing antibodies are lost, we still have T cell driven immunity. Just 30 seconds. How do we test for robustness of our T cell immunity? 2 methods, and both are laborious and expensive. Next gen sequencing to identify T cell receptors, or tetramer technology involving flow cytometry. No one in India is doing it, unfortunately, and so vaccine effectiveness is unfortunately being judged only by neutralizing antibody response. So my advice to everyone around the panel and otherwise as well, trust your body's immune system and do not panic. Your body is fighting. And as for Tehseen saying that we will continue to say, or allow Rahul Gandhi to say, ki mask to bahana hai, Tehseen, you are better than that, my friend. Please do not spread panic and unnecessary wrong news.
Dr. Anand Ranganathan, mask पहनना है कि नहीं पहनना है?
Yes. The fact is that the new variants are so much more infectious. The R0 value is about 18. That they are infecting so many people so rapidly that even if they are less in terms of their severity, the point is you will have enough old age population and those who have, morbidity situation to be infected by these variants and then cause severity. So that is why wearing a mask is very important.